let me recap this because I'm doing all this. I'm writing everything down that you're telling me. I want to recap because I want to get this information to these women all individuals. Okay, he said, okay, he's in by him being in Dayton, Ohio. There's nothing that you guys can do. The women have to go to their local police department, file a complaint with their local PD. Then they're gonna get in contact with you guys, and it's gonna go from there. And
once they work the case and they decide on charges, if any charges, sometimes with things like that, they attempt to start with the slower route of contacting him and telling him, hey, you need to stop. If you don't stop, this is what's going to happen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So then if it ends up turning into charges, then they would contact the local police department for where he lives. So if it's the city of Dayton, then they would contact us. And then we would in turn, send officers out there for the charges.
Okay. And once again, okay, putting someone's address, phone number, and pictures of their home, pictures of them, and pictures of their children, that is illegal, especially if it could cause great bodily harm that he's putting it out there for.
Actually, doxing is it's not illegal to put a picture of anybody up. Nowhere. Because when you're in public, you have no expectation of privacy. So all these Darley supporters and all these women came to Rel. This is why this whole thing's going to be interesting that he's coming back. All these women, they all came to Rel and told about how I was harassing the hell out of them. Right? Those white trash bitches that I was talking about, he taught me about, they all came to him, right? Telling him I was doing all this shit. So he said, well, the guy's bothering you then. I'll help you reach out to the local police department. He gave all the information. He made all the, he told them right where to go. He told them exactly how to do it. And not a single one of them went to their police. So people always say, Bryan harasses these women and all that. No, actually what it is a bunch of women come on here and run their fucking mouths. And then they run and cry to somebody. And they get them all worked up too. But no, that's not what he's saying right here. No, that is absolutely not illegal unless you have intention or malicious intent. If I put up your picture and I say this motherfucker lives over here at so and so and so and so, or if I put up somebody's job and I say, hey, call in there and tell them how you feel, that's not illegal. I'm gonna tell you why that's not illegal. I didn't know that. It's just like Rel taught me this too, because they had him so mad at me with this bullshit that I was harassing them that he got a hold of where I worked at, right? And I think it's still up. I mean, he doesn't care. Me and him's cool. I mean, he shouldn't be mad about me sharing his videos, but he had those videos. He had all these people come and he showed them how to do it. Not a one of them complained. Not a single one of them. But anyways, Ralph found out where I worked at. And he didn't mind because they had all told him I've been calling people's jobs and shit, which I've never done. So he really did. He called my work and he said, this is Italian Global Industry that Bryan works at. This is his human resources director. And so, and he said, call them and tell them what a piece of shit this guy is. And people started doing it. And people started doing it. And I'm like, nah, this is just some old argument I'm having on YouTube. I said, I'll work it out. But they thought it was ridiculous. But I actually did. I called police. And I said, is there anything I can do about this guy? He's got he's doing this and he's got my internet and he's telling all these people calling my job. They've been calling my job. You know what they told me? They said, sir, that's just like going into a restaurant. I told Rel this too. And complaining to the manager about something. They have a right to call and complain. There is nothing I can do to stop it. Nothing. And had my work fired me, there would have been nothing I could have done about that either, based on that right to go in and complain. So when somebody tells you they're coming after your job and they're going to start calling your job, They can absolutely 100% do that. It's like if I feel like there's a nurse out here that's giving bad medical advice and screaming and hollering about other nurses, you know, because she's called places about me. She's told the whole world that I'm stalking her and harassing her, which I haven't. So, you know, let's see.
The wrong reason.
Hey, Sarge. If somebody is posting somebody's pictures of somebody's residence and pictures of their children online, what category would that fall under? Would it be harassment? Because he's also making threats to the people, saying that he's going to kill them, and then also posting.
Now remember, I've never told anybody I'm going to kill them. Remember, he told all these women, how to file their complaints, how to get it done. And here's that Sundancer. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, right? And all Rel did was give the information out. And if she thought that it was really good, then she would have actually filed a charge. But none of these women filed a charge. I'm friends with some of them now. That's cool.
So then threats.
Yeah. Yes.
Threats?
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure so I give this guy the right information.
See, I learned a lot of shit from Rel. Rel literally came on here and said, "We are going to murder you, Bryan." He sure did. And guess what? Police won't do nothing about that either. So I learned a lot of shit from Rel about how to get back at somebody's ass all here.
Thanks. Okay, so if he's just posting them and there's no contact with it, then it would be a harassment. If he's posting it and it's associated with XYZ lives here, I'm going to kill them, et cetera, then that would turn into a threat charge.
Threat to charge. Okay, a threat to charge, is that a misdemeanor or is that considered a felony?
It's misdemeanor.
It depends on the context.
If you threaten to kill somebody, that's aggravated menacing. Because the aggravation is you're making that person feel in fear of their life. But if you tell somebody you're going to whoop their ass, that's just menacing.
That I definitely don't know. That would be for the officers to determine based off of the evidence of what's presented and what they have. So that would be more up to the officer on what they think they could charge him with reasonably. But it would be a threat to a person, obviously, at that point. So that is a higher charge than harassment as far as misdemeanor and felonies. Again, that's all up to the charging officer.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so all this, okay, that would be, okay, fine. So even though, once again, the video is out there and it's proof of him sitting up, bragging about putting his wife's head in the toilet.
He knows I didn't do that now. Look, we've talked since past this. We have talked. He's apologized to Nicole. He knows that I didn't do that. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But that's what they told him. These people were telling him that. I wouldn't want to hear that. If I knew it was somebody going around, I'd be pissed off too, right?
Common law wife doesn't want to.
Common law wife. I mean, you could tell where that's coming from, right? He would just say wife if he didn't want to throw that in there. They want to minimize that she is my common law wife. But we've been together for 18, and there's no difference between law and common law. She is my wife.
Go forward and press charges. There's really nothing that you guys can do about that, right around.
No, there's, unfortunately, sometimes states can pick up charges on things like that, but again, it just depends. Most of the time, it comes down to the other party willing to sign charges, so that's really where that comes down to.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you very much. You've been a great help, and you gave me a lot of information, and I'll be able to pass this on to a lot of the victims.
Yeah, look how they fed him, right? They fed him this shit, right?
Victims, because a lot of these women are scared shitless.
Ain't none of them scared shitless, and he knows that now.
Like I said, they're coming to me for help because I stand up to bullies and men who beats on women, and I confront them. And I've confronted this guy.
if he's like that, I mean, you haven't given me the guy's name, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll give it to you.
I don't know. I beat on people. I have, but I don't pull guns on people, and I ain't never shot nobody in their ass for all.
Like this happened.
Mhm.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if he would even be known to our officers, given the descriptions. Usually those are.
Yep. Usually somebody like that has a huge track record, and they would be well known. I haven't talked to a police officer about any of this.
Usually a lot of neighbors end up calling in, but again, it comes down to the other party willing to fight.
At the time he was talking to me, my next door neighbor was a Dayton police officer.
Mhm. Well, okay. Well, I thank you very much, ma'am. You've been a great help. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Now watch this. This is all based on Darley.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department understands the community.
I have no idea what he's calling Las Vegas. I have no idea.
For the most up-to-date and accurate information regarding the coronavirus flu.
I think I watched
For
this
any
once and
questions
started
regarding
cracking
the
up.
Coronavirus, please call the Southern Nevada Health District hotline at 702-759-INFO. That's 702-759-4636. Thank you.
Metro Dispatch, Article 1787, how can we help you?
Yes, Metro Dispatch. I'm calling. I have a family member that lives in Las Vegas. And my family member, she's being harassed over the internet by a gentleman in Ohio, Dayton, Ohio.
I have no idea who he's talking about in Las Vegas. I really don't.
This gentleman is putting up her full name. He's putting up her place of employment, phone number.
Is this all over the internet?
Yes, it is. And he's taking her pictures of her home.
See, once Rel found out that I wasn't doing anything illegal and that you really could do that stuff, that's when he went ahead and put my fork up.
Address, putting it on the internet, and he's writing her threatening emails.
Never once. There's been no confirmation of these emails or nothing.
Be considered a felony crime that he's committing.
It would if there was some evidence of that, yeah.
So I can't answer that question for you, but I can refer you to a website that you can go on to report where the
Yeah, the CD3 whatever. My name's never came up on it. I'm not on a red flag nowhere. This is how they charged him up.
Yeah, can investigate it for her.
Okay, so it does fall under federal. Okay, my son was right. Okay, could you please?
I am not saying that, but it is something that the FBI would investigate if this is like an identity theft and internet crime.
Now you also have to remember, Rel's got a son that's in the FBI, and he wanted to help all these women out. So I'm sure he passed all of my information along to the FBI, which he should have. If I had a son and I was trying to help all these women, I would pass that information along to the FBI too. So I'm assuming that he did that, and I've never heard from the FBI. He does have a son that's in the FBI.
No, it's multiple women. I have multiple women in different states. This guy, he's an internet clown bully, and he.
Okay, so yeah, I can give you a website to go on to report this out with the FBI. I can investigate it, sir. So just let me know when you're ready, and I can provide you with that.
I'm ready right now.
Gotcha. It's going to be IC3.gov. So I as in Ida, C as in Charlie, the number 3.gov.
Mm-hmm.
And you just follow the prompts to file a report on there, okay?
I thank you very much, ma'am.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
So we can see that he gave all these ladies down here that claim that they're being harassed, and I'm emailing, and I'm threatening to kill them, right? He gave all these followers down here. Thank you. They're thanking him so much. Thank you. This white trash bitch I'm talking about, Well. Thank you, right? But not a single one of them used the CI3. Not a single one of them called the police. Not a single one of them went to the police or anywhere to say that somebody threatened to kill them. And if they would have, and they had any type of proof, even some made up shit, right? I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. So I wanted to bring this up because they're bringing Rel back. And that's cool. You can bring Rel back. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. But what we're having now, all right, I stayed out of this whole case for about 5 years. As soon as I get back into it, proving the facts, all of a sudden, I'm stalking and harassing and making these women's life miserable again. You know, I know why the reach out to Rel was done. But so it's the same thing. You know, none of these women, most all of them are just was there because Rel was going at me, right? So they have had the opportunity, and anyone has the opportunity, if someone's breaking the law, such as harassment and stalking. But see, they could just hit the CI3. There's no reason to be going around looking for a lawyer, you know, because I am not breaking the law, and I never have broke the law. And all these, this is all proof. This is kind of proof right here that people say I like to go around the internet harassing women and stuff. See, he did the right thing. They came to him. They wanted somebody kind of thuggish with little balls. They said, oh my God, this guy's threatening to kill me. And he's doxed my address. He's done all this. He said, hey, ladies, for all you that's being harassed by this clown bully, you know, that's what he told him I was, here's all the information that you need to get rid of him. Right? So this falls in line with it. You know, I'm not really bringing up Rel, but this falls in because we're going to see him on the, once she mentioned his name, I know we're going to see him on the Darley sides, which is cool. I like to debate the case with him. But it seems to me like Sully reached out to Rel because she knew about all the bad past, right? Well, see, I'm prepared for that today. Yeah, I'm absolutely prepared for that if things start to swing out of the way. And that's cool. I absolutely 100% have no fear of coming out here and saying that Darley is guilty as fuck and showing some of the tactics that they use to make her seem innocent as fuck. And this is one of them. And I hope Rel's not mad at any of them women because he sure gave them the information. And with what he told them and what they're telling him, I should have been in jail 4 years ago. And then Rel just kind of dipped out of the whole Darley thing. I mean, he came out about Darley. Yeah, you see this, and Rel realizes this is all dramatic. Let's see what he says there. I forgot. He's telling him what to do, right? Which is good, because if you're being harassed by a guy and he's threatening to kill you and he's putting your address up and going, hey, go over and fuck that person up, you got every fucking right to do what you should be doing, what Rel was doing, telling you. Ladies, gather all your screenshots and take it to your local police departments and file a complaint. If so many of you guys file a complaint, it would bring the feds in and he could be indicted on a federal level. But see, he put all that out there. He went through and did all that work for them, and not a damn one of them called him because they can't. And that's the same thing that I have going on with Danelle right now. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see Rel come back. I hope he's not mad at the Darley supporters, you know, that led him to believe that I was doing that shit. And you gave him all the information, and I'm still here, not a charge at all. Isn't that nice of him? So a little backstory on that. That's what we're going to do. A little backstory. We're going to be ahead of the game this time. Yeah.